The New England Patriots just caught a lucky break from the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron on the daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. All you got to do, subscribe button, notification bell, and hit the like button. Come on. Good news. Don't miss out. Hit the button. So what we're talking about today, Christian Wilkins. This is crazy. Just because I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I make a list of videos planned, things that I want to talk about, things that I want to hit on. And I had a video planned for Christian Wilkins most likely not being there for week one against the Raiders. It was Pete Carroll came out and said, listen, it's uncertain. We're not really sure. We're assessing it day by day. And so made a video on that, broke down a lot of different aspects of it. Because let's remember as well, Max Crosby got hurt. December, he had season-ending surgery on his ankle. He will be back, obviously, and he's one of the best edge rushers in the NFL right now. But Christian Wilkins, being obviously coming from the Dolphins, in divisional rival of the Patriots, and going to the Raiders was a big pickup. Paid for 4 years, $110 million. I believe a lot of that was guaranteed. I can't remember exactly how much. I want to say it was in the 80 million range. I can't be for certain. But he injured himself against the Broncos. I have it down, Broncos, in a loss that was 34-18. And it was a broken part in between his pinky and the base of his foot. Very interesting spot, very odd spot to get injured, but broken, had surgery, and then at the moment's been in and out of a boot. But this crazy news that Pete Carroll is now, they have released defensive tackle Christian Wilkins is crazy. And so I did not see that coming. And maybe there was writing on the wall. I don't keep up on my Las Vegas Raiders news on the daily. Maybe I need to find a channel and do that. But that being said, Pete Carroll said this: "It took a long time to make our decision. We watched our way through the whole thing. We're keeping really clear with what we said. I think there was no clear path to his return, and so we just had to move on." So just crazy. Now, why this is lucky for the Patriots? One, chances are he wasn't going to play. That was a big thing. But two, the fact that he isn't playing. 100% won't be out there. And now the Raiders, who they are going to have to resort to on that interior defensive line, is Tonka Hemingway, a rookie out of South Carolina, I believe chosen in the 4th round. And then you have J.J. Pegas of Ole Miss, who is selected in the 5th round. So again, two very young guys in the interior defensive line. Only going to be good for the Patriots. And the reason I say that is because, again, there was a lot of potential, much like the Patriots signed Milton Williams, a lot of potential there. There was just as much potential in a player like Christian Wilkins for the Raiders. So a lot of high demands. They saw a lot out of him, or expected a lot out of him. But again, I'm flabbergasted. Just to go out and release him is crazy, especially after signing that deal. Insane. And it makes you believe there was more behind that whole release in that story. But continuing on Hemingway and Pegas, is these two young guys aren't going to be the caliber Wilkins was when he got that big contract. There's no way. I'm not saying they're going to be a push in the park, or being able to, they're not going to be just walked over, but it's going to be nice for this interior offensive line of the Patriots, that especially kind of getting into the season, figuring out what this offensive line is looking like, getting this, rapport and connection with the other players, and really hopefully setting the tone for this front five. Hopefully that is going to only help them, where they're not having to go up against someone, again, Christian Wilkins caliber, when he was at his best. Clearly now the Raiders saying like he is not. And it's possible he's not trying to get back, maybe as a negative attitude. I don't know. But apparently Mike Vrabel has said on top of that, that the team's going to have a conversation about potentially signing him, in seeing what that might look like. Again, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to think about that. Um, you look at the depth of the Patriots. And you think of Tonga. You think of Farmer, who was just drafted out of Florida State, that I think has a lot of potential in a defense under Terrell Williams. But it makes you believe when you see a release like this that there's more to the story. That is my guess. There is more to the story, and maybe there's things I am not seeing, but it leads me to believe something else is going on. It's just not this guy's pinky toe. And again, that the foot is a hard part of the body to heal. A bone in your foot is very hard. Anyone, this is super random, personal. I used to run for a little bit. I got out of college, and for some reason I started running, and I really enjoyed it. But what sucked is when you got something like plantar fasciitis, or you hurt your foot or whatever it was, and you hear about it and you're like, oh, that can't be that bad. And then it was awful. You put pressure on it and it just hurt. And so I get it. It's something you don't think about until you injure it. So who knows? But moving on, if the Patriots could get him for dirt cheap, Patriots definitely have a lot of cap space left. But if they could get him for dirt cheap, for sure. But I don't think Wilkins is going to go out and try to find a very he's probably going to assess what he can do. I think he will for sure be on a team. I don't think someone's going to pass him up. Someone will take a chance on him, but he's not going to get the contract that he did with the Raiders. And the Raiders are like, hey, this is a good thing. We can kind of get rid of this and figure it out, move on. And there's more to the story than we probably don't know. More to the story that we probably don't know. So comment below, tell me what you think. Again, lucky break for the New England Patriots. Wilkins will not be playing. Should only make it easier on the Patriots offensive line, their run game, the pressure, all that stuff. So that should be good going into week 1 against the Raiders. 1 p.m. Eastern time. Around the corner, believe it or not, it's going to be exciting. And that is a game that you feel like their first 4 games, 3 of them are home games and 1 of them is away, and that's in Miami. Being able to go and win that game against the Raiders gives them confidence going to Miami. I think that's a big, I look at that. I feel like people have to look at that. When you win games, it gives you more confidence, especially from a team that did so bad last year. They need that confidence to spur them on to move forward into the season. Again, I have a lot of high hopes. I think there's a potential they're knocking on the door of the playoffs, but this only helps. Lucky break for the Patriots. I feel bad for Wilkins. You never want to see someone lose out on, the whole situation he's in. So it is what it is. But comment below. Tell me what you think of the whole situation. Do you want to see him on the Patriots? Do you want to see him signed? Yes or no? Tell me why. And hit that subscribe button on your way out. We will talk later. Peace out, homies.